What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, Cam ATL, and welcome back to another video with your boy. Drop a like down below because I already know you're going to love it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Comment anything in the comment section and enter your name into the $50 giveaway I do every single week on this channel because I love y'all. Put your favorite two-man for today down in the comment section. I'll randomly tonight go and select one, make sure that it was correct, and then that person will win free monthly access to Props Made Easy. If you are wrong, then I will choose again until I find a two-man that was correct, and then you will be the winner of the free access to Props Made Easy. The winner of yesterday is Jaleel Hunter. Jaleel Hunter, as always, as everybody else, hit me up on Twitter at Cam_ATL or hit up Props Made Easy at Props Made Easy. All right? Announcements before I get into this video. The MLB coupon code to get your first month at Props Made Easy for only $15. Only $15 using code MLB, all caps, is still available over at Props Made Easy. Now, they're limiting that code to only 1,000 uses, okay? To be fully transparent with y'all, there has been over 850 uses of that coupon code since yesterday. Okay, so it will probably be done very quickly. So if you want the discounted rate, you're planning on joining up for MLB, which you should, you might as well get your first month for $15. All right? All caps MLB, make sure you get it as quickly as you possibly can. Okay? Because once it hits 1,000 uses, they're going to take it down. All right? Anyway, thank y'all for joining me as always, man. Excited to get into another day of some player props using the best player prop tools in the industry, propsmadeeasy.com. The regular price for Props Made Easy is only $20 a month, okay? The team at Props Made Easy, us, the owners of Props Made Easy, we spend as a group, as a company, over $100,000 a year on the data alone that we bring into this tool for y'all. And then we give it to you for only $20 a month. That's the lowest in the entire industry, but yet we offer the most data. Explain why that would make any sense to do as a company. We should have made it $50+, right? That's what a lot of people would think. No. The whole point is that there wasn't many options out there that were very affordable for the regular people, so we came together and we created something that is plain and simple. All right? Play the top EV and you'll be good to go, baby. Let's get it. Happy hump day. No day better than a good old hump day. All right, let's get straight into it. First and foremost, here's what we're gonna do. I'm going to click here on Prizepicks, and then I'll be able to select all the books that I play. Right. So this update was made like what, last week, where you can select every book that you play and see the best plays from those books. So let's do Underdog, BETR, DraftKings Pick 6, Dabble, and Vivid. All right. First thing that we notice immediately is Underdog has some of the best options on the entire board right now. Bam Adebayo over 3.5 assists is 11.7 EV on Underdog. Minus 150 consensus odds on the over throughout the industry. AI sim projection on the over at 4.12. If we look at Bam over the season, you guys know I like to look at season sample. Last 5 means nothing. Last 10 means nothing. It's just too small of samples, right? So if you're gonna let history influence your decision, at least make it a season influence. Okay, at least make it a larger sample where you can get a more accurate representation. 59.4% of the time, he has gone over 3.5 assists. He's averaging 4.25 assists per game in his last 69 games. All right, so Bam Adebayo over 3.5 assists. Andrew Wiggins under 2.5 assists is at a 10.6, minus 146 consensus odds throughout the industry on his under. AI sim projections on the under as well. When we look at Andrew Wiggins over the season, he's gone under this in 53.7, averaging 2.46. Then we have Bam's pick over on Dabble. Now, let me explain something to y'all as well. As you can see, the same play of Bam Adebayo over 3.5 assists is better EV on Underdog. That's because of the payout structure on Underdog. You're getting long-term, you're going to get a better EV on Underdog, which is why Underdog is the one that's influenced to play on. Okay? Yes, I would prefer it on Underdog than on Dabble. But let's say you don't play Underdog. Then, of course, you can still go the Dabble version. It's still a 9.63 EV percent. Still got the minus 150 consensus odds on the over. Still got the AI sim projection on the same side as well. Still a great play. Over on Better Picks, we have Tobias Harris under 14.5 points is a 7.46 EV on Better. Minus 142 are the consensus odds on the under throughout the industry. AI sim projections on the under as well. When we look at Tobias Harris over the season, he's hit this in 52.2%, averaging 13.8 points per game. We like the under on this one right here. Now, another thing that I like to do, one of the things I like to do in my videos, obviously, is show y'all the ways that I like to attack these things personally. Right? Because I have tons of success every single month. So if I can teach y'all how to utilize it the same as me, you should also have the same success. What it comes down to is consistently playing it, though. You're going to have your losses, but are you sticking with the top EV even through the loss times? And that's the most important factor. Because if you don't, and you try to change if you think, oh, I played this 6-man and it was all EV and it didn't hit, EV's bogus. It's not real. Because of one day, then you're just somebody who's probably not going to have success in sports betting, and you're probably not going to be here very long because your bankroll is going to get depleted. That's me just being realistic to you. Everybody else is going to tell you, oh, join my Discord and I'll make you rich. Right? That's not something I'm going to say. Now, Props Made Easy is going to give you the most success in player props you've ever had, but I'm not going to sit here and guarantee you'll be rich. Why? Because there's an aspect of it on your end that you have to uphold if you're going to have the most success possible. And you know what that is? Consistency. Playing the top EV and doing it consistently. All right? Now, I like to select all the books that I'm going to be playing, and then I like to go to favorite EV. As you guys know, favorite EV, when it comes to the fantasy books, like Underdog, Dabble, Better, where it's even payouts on either side, favorite EV is going to show you the plays where the sharp books. Now, sharp books are books that don't limit professional bettors and allow those professionals to make bets on their sites, which obviously in turn is going to make their lines sharper. That's what that's called. Okay? Now, we take that group of books that don't limit professional bettors and we just look at them and find an average, right? Now, every play that shows up under favorite EV are plays that are minus 140 or higher on that end of the line, what the PME pick is saying, on the sharp books. So Bam Adebayo over 3.5 assists is going to be a fantastic play on Underdog and Dabble. Tobias Harris, not only do you have the 7.46 EV here, but you know that the sharp books are on the under 14.5 points, which in turn means the professional bettors, the professional folks, the folks who make their living off sports betting, are betting the under on Tobias Harris's points of 14.5. Yabasule under 19.5 PRA, 6.05 EV. Not only do you have the 6.05 EV, not only is it above that 5 threshold we like to look for, but we know that the sharp books are minus 140 or higher. Now, these plays right here have dropped under 5%, but what do we know about them still? We know that the sharp books are minus 140 or higher on these sides still. Now, when it comes to the 4.89s or 4.7s, the really close to 5s, I'm still down to get involved in those. So Fred VanVleet over 10.5 points at a 4.89, minus 134 consensus throughout the industry, AI sim projection on the over, and we know that the sharp books are also on the over 10.5. And then Kason Wallace under 13.5 points is a 4.7. These are super close to that 5% range, so they're still honorable mentions and able to be played, especially knowing that the sharp books are minus 140 or higher. Now, I don't go all the way down to like a 3 EV. You feel what I'm saying? I'm still not going to go like a 3 EV that's a favorite EV. I still want a certain threshold of EV. Now, these are going to be the absolute best, though. Why? Because EV across the consensus odds across the entire industry are up there in the minus 150s and minus 140s for Bam Adebayo and Tobias Harris. But we also know that the favorite EV, the sharp books, are minus 140 or higher. So these are going to be your absolute best. And that's what I like to attack first thing. I like to see if any of this is available first thing, because this is going to be your absolute most sharp picks you can have in the entire industry immediately within seconds of clicking on that filter. All right? All right, let's move on. Let's just look at Prizepicks real quick, because there's not a ton of Prizepicks popping right now today. No favorite EV on Prizepicks right now. Why is that? As I always tell y'all, by the time I'm able to do my videos in the morning, the PME people, the folks who have PME access, have already pretty much moved these lines. Okay? It's because they've already found the best plays early. All of the best plays have been bumped so far, and now it's time for you to wait until the new best plays pop in and catch them before they bump. Okay? Now, when we're just looking at Prizepicks, which you shouldn't be limited to just one book. Okay, as I've always told you, the best way to have success is to have access to many books, even if it's a small bankroll on each of those books, just so you have it available to you where you can play the best value there. I've made the metaphor before of like, hey, if let's say you're reselling sneakers, right? You're going to buy those sneakers. You want to buy those sneakers at the best value you can for you to resell them. Let's say you're going to resell them for $250. One shop has them for $200, you'd be able to sell them and make 50 profit. One shop has them for $150, you'd be able to sell them and make 100 profit. Where are you going to buy the shoes at? The one that makes the most profit. The one for 150, obviously. That's the same way with player props. That's the same way we're attacking it. Obviously, we want to take a play where it's best value at. We don't want to take it just because, oh, I'm too lazy to add money to another book. You feel what I'm saying? Like, obviously, we want it where it's the best value. So right now, Prizepicks just doesn't have the best options on the board. But there are some options you still can play if you are one of those people who sticks to just one book only. Dillon Brooks under 6.5 rebounds assists at a 5.84 EV, minus 135 consensus on the under, AI sim projection on the under as well. Dillon Brooks over the season sample has hit this in 62%, averaging 5.6 rebounds assists per game. Kason Wallace under 8.5 rebounds assists at a 5.7. Minus 135 consensus on the under, AI sim projection on the under. When we look at Kason Wallace over the season, he's hit this in 81.6%, averaging 5.85 rebounds and assists per game. Very good under there as well. So some solid options. Now that we've got the DFS books done, let's go ahead and look at some of these. Let's look at Fliff, let's look at DraftKings, and let's look at FanDuel. Those are some of my favorite ones. Now, at the top of the list, you're going to have some of these, right? With the plus 100s, minus 110s. Now, these are going to be your most profit long term. So, for example, Bam Adebayo's over 9.5 rebounds. You can grab it on FanDuel at plus 100. This is what I mean by grabbing it by the absolute best value. Now, here's the thing with grabbing it at plus 100, though. It is going to be a riskier bet, right? You're going to miss this bet a good bit throughout the month. But the times where it hits, you're going to make more profit. Now, if you have a bankroll that can sustain those losses throughout the month, then go for it. If you don't have a bankroll to take risks of plus 100 or low risk minus 110 or minus 108 kind of plays for the big EV potential, then you can click on favorite EV and only see plays that are already favored on that sports book, but yet have high EV. Okay? We have Jaden McDaniels under 1.5 steals is already favored on DraftKings at minus 135. So DraftKings already expects this to go under 1.5 steals. Consensus odds, though, are all the way up to minus 160. So grabbing it at minus 135 at DraftKings is the better value. It's buying those sneakers at 150 when you're going to sell it at 250 instead of buying it somewhere else for 200 and only making 50 profit. Bismack Biyombo under 4.5 points. Grab it favored at FanDuel at minus 120. 6.23 EV. Minus 137 are the consensus odds throughout the industry on the under. AI sim projection on the under as well. Good spot there. Trey Jones over 3.5 rebounds is already favored at minus 122 on FanDuel. 6.02 EV because across the industry it's almost minus 140 consensus on the over. AI sim projection on the over as well. Fantastic options there, man. And again, not only do we have the most data because our consensus odds take 150 plus sports books into consideration, the most in the entire industry. Not only do we have AI sim projection that simulates games 10,000 times down to the play level, okay? But we also have these amazing filters that allow you to find the best plays within seconds on, to literally minimize that player pool down to the absolute best options as well, depending on what you enjoy to look at when it comes to putting your props together. All right? Anyway, thank y'all for joining me as always. Put your favorite two-man down in the comment section. Propsmadeeasy.com. Use code MLB all caps for $15 on your first month. Go lock in, baby. And baseball's starting in 8 days? Something like that. 8 days. We have the baseball season officially starting with the regular season, the big amount of games. It's like 15 games or something opening day. I don't know, but it's a lot. Yeah, exciting times, man. Go lock in. Let's get this money, man. Thank y'all for joining me as always, and I'm out. Peace.